Hey everyone, it's Pat from Pat's Ever Music, and thank you very much for the viewer that suggested I make this video, and we're talking about finger exercises. And yes, just like the thumbnail suggests and just like the video title suggests, I'm going to show you two different versions. One is very mechanical and it's good just for building up finger strength, and one that uses more of a musical approach. So you're learning theory, you're practicing your scales, you're learning how to solo, and you're sort of building up strength in your fingers all at the one time. So that's the method I would suggest, the second method, but I'm going to of course show you both. Grab your guitars, tune up, and let's get started. So getting started with the musical and the non-musical methods, I'm going to be showing you beginner and intermediate and advanced. So start off with one, come back and check this video out again if you want to progress to the next level. So diving right on in. 2 fingers to begin with, that's it. Now why am I saying 2 fingers? Well, when you go on to playing chords and even bar chords, you're going to be using more than 1 finger. So I don't think it's a great idea to do any of these practice ideas with 1 finger. So start with just 2. So all you need to do is pick any fret. I would say if you go all to the way, now I would say if you go all the way over here, some might call it farmer's corner, or if you're a soloist, the dusty corner, because you don't normally use that area, hey? I would say that that's maybe not the best place to start with, because look at the angle of your wrist and your elbow. It doesn't really get that comfortable, right? So I'll go 5th fret or higher. Let's say that we chose the 5th fret. All that I would do would be to play the 5th fret with your 1st finger and then the 6th fret with your 2nd finger, and I would play each of the strings. So it would sound like this. Now, all that I'm doing is playing 1 fret after the other. So 5th and then 6th, drop down, 5th and 6th, drop down, 5th and 6th again. That's all that we're doing. And now, if you want to turn this into a picking exercise, every first note on every string, pick down. Every second note, pick up. So you're picking down, up, down, up, down, up. So already, you're practicing your finger strength by using 2 different fingers, and you're practicing your alternate picking. If you don't want to practice up and down speed picking, if you are just focused on finger strength, then why not try, once you've got that picking down, once you can do that, take away the pick. Try and maybe pick the first note, but then hammer on the 2nd note. So then you're building up strength with that 2nd finger, because you're having to put that finger down with force because you're not picking. Once you can do that, take it to the advanced method. Again, we're always going to go beginner, intermediate, advanced. Take it to the advanced method by not picking anything. So you're just having your pick here, you're hammering on with your 1st finger, then you're hammering on with your 2nd. Then on the way back, you could maybe try, some pull-ups instead, or you can just try hammer-ons. But the point is you're building up that finger strength because you're not actually picking. So, recap, and then I'll show you the musical method. Recap is try and just play 2 frets to begin with. Use 2 fingers. Do up and down picking if you want to practice that. Once you're comfortable and you can play all the strings without making too many mistakes, then try and pick only once. Once you can do that, try not to pick at all. If you're thinking I'm going to be using more than 1 and 2 fingers, or my 1st and 2nd fingers, what should I do then? Exactly the same thing, but with your 1st and 3rd finger. And again, once you can do that, then hammer on. Once you can do that, then don't use a pick at all. Now again, you're thinking, alright, what's the next challenge? All of that again, but with your pinky. Once you can do that, pick once. Once you can do that, don't pick at all. Now, you might think, okay, I can see why Pat maybe isn't a big fan of that exercise because it is very mechanical. So what I would prefer you do is to focus on this musical example. But that's it. You've already learned example number 1, so great job. Well, this is the one I want you to practice. We're going to learn a scale so you can solo, you can write melodies. You can then change that scale later if you're more advanced into a blues scale when you want to play the blues, but it's a 2-note per string scale, meaning you're going to pick twice per string. So exactly what we're doing, except it's actually going to be musical, which is what you want. You want to be able to write your own riffs and solo. So take all of that knowledge that you just learnt and then apply it to this scale. So the frets are the 5th fret on the E string and then the 8th fret, or first finger and pinky. Then you could use your first finger and 3rd fret, then first finger 3rd fret, then first finger 3rd fret, then first finger and pinky on the 8th, then first finger. And if you want to continue, you could play your pinky up on the 8th fret, but the scale actually finishes on that 5th fret, first E string. Now if you're thinking, Pat, that's way too challenging, I'm not up to using my pinky yet, that is absolutely fine. Just move your first finger and maybe try just one finger for now. But I would really try as soon as you can, start to use that pinky. The sooner you start with it, the stronger it'll get. Now you've just played an A minor pentatonic scale. That means if you play over any song in C major, which is a key signature we're learning in the next video, so stick around for that, you can now solo. So any sort of, you've got G major chords, you've got C major, D minor, E minor, F major, any of those chords you can now actually solo over using that particular scale. And again, practice picking it, then practice hammering on, only picking once. Once you can do that, then don't pick at all. And so on and so on. So that's it. Those are my sort of strength building exercise examples. I would then take that knowledge in any new scale that you learn, use those techniques. Start off with picking, just down. Then start off down and up picking, so alternate picking. So that'll really build up your speed when you're starting to play fast. Then once you can do that, try and just hammer on, so only pick once. Once you can do that, don't hammer on at all. Okay, that's it. What did you think? We're going to be back for another video in a couple of days. Leave any comments below or anything that you need help with below. Let me know. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.